What happens when a group of seniors living in an old age home take on a challenge that could change their lives in just 7 days? Not medicine, not therapy, but something far simpler and far more powerful. This is the story of how gratitude turned sadness into joy, and how it just might change the way you see your own life. Life in an old age home isn't always easy. Many seniors face loneliness, health struggles, and memories of what once was. But what if there was a way to bring back light, laughter, and hope? We invited a group of residents to join the 7-day Gratitude Challenge. The rule was simple. Every day, for 1 week, each person had to write down just one thing they were grateful for. Sounds easy, right? But the results were far from ordinary. Day 1 started with hesitation. Some residents shrugged and said, "What's the point? Nothing new happens here anyway." Others smiled politely, but didn't believe it would make a difference. But then something surprising happened. One resident, Mrs. Fatima, wrote, "I'm grateful for the nurse who always remembers my favorite tea." It seemed small, but when she read it aloud, everyone else paused, and for the first time that day, the room felt warmer. By day 2, the notes began to multiply. Mr. Ahmed wrote, "I'm grateful my legs still let me walk to the garden." Another resident said, "I'm grateful my granddaughter called today." Soon, gratitude wasn't just written down, it was spoken, shared, and felt. On day 3, laughter returned to the dining hall. Someone even joked, "I'm just grateful the food was actually tasty today." And everyone burst into laughter. Something shifted. Residents who once stayed quiet now spoke up. People began noticing little things they had long ignored. The warmth of morning sunlight, the kindness of a roommate, even the sound of birds outside their window. One resident admitted through tears, "I thought I had nothing left to be grateful for. But today, I realized I still have friends." The room went silent. Gratitude wasn't just changing moods, it was healing hearts. By day 6, the Gratitude Challenge spread beyond the residents. Caregivers joined in. Nurses shared notes. Even visiting family members wrote their own. The entire home felt transformed, lighter, happier, almost as if everyone was carrying less weight on their shoulders. On the final day, we gathered everyone to read their 7 notes aloud. Some were funny, some were tearful, but together they painted a picture of resilience, hope, and joy. One resident said, "I came into this week feeling forgotten, but now I feel remembered." Another smiled and added, "I thought life was over. Gratitude reminded me it's still happening." 7 days, one simple practice, and an old age home that felt alive again. Gratitude didn't erase problems, but it gave strength, perspective, and joy. And here's the question for you. What if you tried the same challenge? For the next 7 days, write down just one thing you're grateful for. Who knows? Maybe it could change your life too. Even after the challenge ended, the sense of gratitude lingered. Mr. Ahmed began organizing morning walks, and Mrs. Fatima started a book club where stories were shared with laughter. It wasn't just about gratitude anymore. It was about connection, about finding joy in shared moments. "Who knew," one resident remarked, "that such a little thing could make such a big difference?" As new residents arrived, they were greeted with the warmth of those 7 days immortalized on a gratitude wall, a tapestry of thankfulness that invited everyone to add their own threads.